We have bought a new property. We're going to be taking you guys along weekly for the total renovation, and we'll be showing you guys lots of tips and tricks to help you renovate your own property on a budget that looks like a designer house. This is what we call a medium-size flip that we will be doing on this property. That means we will be spending between 1,000 to 2,000 Rand per square of floor area on this building. We have to be very sensitive on labor and material cost, or else we will blow that budget. Let me show you what are the types of prices that we are planning to spend on various items in this property. Firstly, we will be rebuilding a door from the back room that will feature as a nice big new front door for this property, which will look as it is planned, and it will be a nice welcoming entrance to the property. Secondly, we will be redoing all the floors throughout the house. As you can see, the carpet has already been removed here. We have a budget of about 350 Rand per square for the flooring, which we will use to put in laminate flooring in this property. The reason for that is it goes really fast and it gives a warm, soft feeling to the property. Secondly, a big thing that we'll be doing is opening up a big piece of this wall to connect the spaces between the kitchen and the living areas, and then as well break out this window, putting in a sliding door that will connect this to the outside entertainment space. In the kitchen, the money-saving tip will be the fact that we are reusing the skeletons within the cabinets. So what that basically entails is we change only the doors and the tops. We keep the main frames of all the kitchen, and that is due to the fact that these are in good condition. They don't have water damage or anything like that. So we'll be replacing all of these doors with a new color, a new melamine, so that will give it the look of a brand new kitchen, but only at about a third of the cost. We will also be replacing the handles with brand new handles. That also gives a lot of feeling to the property, and it can dictate the type of style that we want to bring across. After that, we'll be replacing the gas oven and stove. We'll be putting in gas, and that's also something that a buyer looks for in a new property. The third thing that we'll be doing is we'll be redoing the whole backsplash. That is not a lot of squares. It's probably about 5 to 6 squares, which if we do this with a nice finish like a mixed cement at 300 Rand per square, or even a feature tile at 300 Rand per square, that is a lot of bang for buck in this space. Within the bedrooms, we will be painting all the walls, redoing the flooring, changing the light fixtures, plugs, light switches, all of those. We will be repainting the built-in cabinets, repainting the frames, and all this is budget-saving tricks that we can use. We just change the color of whatever we are using, and that makes it feel brand new. The second thing is the bathrooms. We will be replacing the vanity, the basins, the toilets. All of them are different colors, so that won't work. But we'll be replacing them with new ones in the same position, that we don't have to incur all the plumbing costs. The other money-saving trick that we'll be using is we'll be using a mix finish on the walls. That is a product that you can apply over top of the tiles. They just need to be secured properly, and that will give it a real modern finish so that it can look like a big one property house. We've taken occupation of the new property last week, and we were just actually planning everything out, and you're going to be seeing in the before pictures the place was terrible. There was horrible dirty carpets in every room. The bathrooms had this horrendous green tiles in it, with all the fixtures in the bathroom being green and brown. And we are now heading to the property, and I'm going to show you how we've started. This is week 2, and follow us for the journey. As you can see, we are well underway with the demolition in this property. I told you this is going to be a medium renovation, so we want to keep the structural work to a minimum. And here's a couple of pointers that I can give you that will be cost saving tips. Firstly, we're doing demo on non-structural walls. This means we don't need a lot of steel to support the weight of this wall. We'll be putting in a lintel, and that opens up this total space between the living and the kitchen area. A second very important cool tip that I can give you is we are going to be putting in a sliding door into this space. Now, if we wanted to open it up a lot bigger, we would have had to do a lot of structural work by putting in new weight-bearing lintels to open up the hole. Now, the cost-saving tip is to use the size that the window already was. We just break out the bottom, we fill in the sides again with plaster, and that gives us the perfect space to fit the new sliding door, which opens up to the back area. As you can see, week 2 was very productive. We opened up this space, joining the inside and the outside area to create great flow between the inside and outside living areas. And I don't know if you remember, but go check the previous video. We opened up this area to connect the dining and the kitchen area. Then we are working on the facade of the property. Let me show you there. So the facade of the property had a bit of a thatch roof, and that connects it to an old type of building, you know, the Lapa type of look. So we're taking that off, giving it a new modern pergola, and that will give the house a lot of curb appeal from the outside, and the first impression will be great and modern. Most properties like these have built-in cabinets. As you can see here, it's a steel frame with some wooden doors with a veneer on them. The tip and trick that I can give you guys for this setup is, as you see, we've painted the whole inside of the cabinet. That makes it look fresh and new. And then we paint and prime the frame. We're going to be doing this whole cabinet in a graphite color. That is a darkish gray. So we paint and prime the frame, we paint and prime the doors, and then we put everything back together with a brand new modern handle, and that will look excellent. We are about 40% into this project. We've primed and painted all of the walls, the door frames as well. As you can see, the doors and door frames are going in black. All the bedroom cabinets have been painted and prepared for final coats. And this project is going along real swiftly like we planned. It needs to be a fast project. Sorry for the interruption. Before I show you the kitchen, I want to tell you about the course that we have built that will teach you precisely how to do what we have done on this property, and that course is now available on the website. In the kitchen, it is very important to try and reuse as much of what you can as possible, and luckily with this kitchen we have a lot of skeleton cabinets that are not moldy, that are not swollen, and this makes it possible for us to reuse this kitchen. What we are going to do is we're going to be replacing the edging, replacing the doors, putting on new handles, replacing the tops, replacing the stove as well as the oven. We will be moving the oven spot where we have it here to beneath the stove, and we will be turning this into a pantry cabinet. As you can see, we have opened everything up so that it lifts onto the dining area, and we'll be redoing the floor, redoing the backsplash, and you won't notice that this kitchen isn't totally made over. On the flooring in this area, we will be using a mix cement product that will go straight over the tile because these tiles are strong, none of them are loose, none of them are cracked, so it will be an easy application on top of the surface. And on the backsplash, we will be demoing all of these tiles and refitting a new modern small subway tile, and I'm sure we have some laying around here, but you will see that in the end product. In the bathrooms, we are doing a new type of finish that we haven't done before on tiles, but they have developed a product that can go on top of tiles. So as you can see, we have filled the grout lines between the tiles to flatten out the surface. After that, we are going to be putting a slurry over the covering of all the tiled areas, and then we are going to be putting 2 layers of the cementitious product called mixed cement. Now this is a real good economical alternative to retiling a whole bathroom. What are the main important things to consider is checking that all the tiles are sufficiently fixed to the wall, no cracks, no divots, no hollow tiles, and once you have that, you really have a surface that will work with this product. And we will be doing this throughout all 3 bathrooms, on the tile surfaces, on the flooring, even on the walls, and it will give a real new and modern look to it. At the front facade of the property, I don't know if you can remember, but we had a thatch roof here on the front which really dated the property and made it look old and dreary. So we've taken that off and we have created a new pergola out of pine beams to just pull through the new modern look that we've created throughout the house. At the back of the property, we created an entertainment area where you can be social, you have a pool, you have a bit of a back garden. We don't have a lot of budget on this property, so we needed to be clever. We reused paving from another side of the property, and that easily saved us about 10,000 Rand by reusing it here. Like I said earlier, we've built a sliding door in here to connect those spaces, and then we are just basically cleaning up the back of the property. There's so many plants which we can just trim back, replant, do a new layout, and really get a perfectly usable and entertainable garden. For the flooring of this property, we are again using the cementitious product called Mix. The nice thing we have is we had carpets on all of these floors, so what that gives us is already a prepared surface. As you can see, this surface is already quite smooth. It does have a bit of glue on it, which we will have to remove, but then we are going to be filing that product right on top of this. This finished floor in that cement color will really give us that luxurious finish that we are after in this property. The 7-day flooring process that we were busy with last week has turned out spectacular. You'll see some of the footage on the B-roll, and I just think it looks tremendous. We are really at the last stretch of this project. We're doing all the finishing fittings. You can see the backsplash tiles are going on. They just need to be grouted. The granite countertops are in. All the fitment is happening in the bathrooms, and we are really at the last end of this project, and everything is coming together spectacularly. And this video is going to basically take you through the whole process of the 7 weeks where we have been busy on this project, and I really hope you find value in it, and I hope you enjoy the after videos. Welcome to 293 Tony Holtz. This is now a finished product and you were with us along the ride. You checked everything that we're doing step by step. I gave a lot of tips and tricks throughout this whole process and we are now in the finished property. You will see everything that I was telling you about how this is going to improve, how that will look, how this will feel. This has all came together in a really staggering, spacious property that we have currently. Look at the amazing finish that this mixed cement floor has given us to this property. Seamless, no scratches, no joints, nothing that would prohibit us from using this product again. I really do think this is an outstanding finish, and we have had with the show house and with the sales, we've had probably about 200 to 300 people through here, and I really cannot see any wear and tear or anything on these floors. So I'm really happy with the finish that we got here. As I spoke about also during the design videos of this, creating the living spaces, you can now really see that the impression that this has made by connecting the kitchen to the dining area, also to the backyard. You can now experience the openness that we have created here. Also, by doing the kitchen in the way that we did, you would not recognize that this is a kitchen that is repurposed. All the colors are new colors, all the boards are new boards, new tiles on the backsplash, the ceiling has been redone, and I think it really looks and feels like a brand new kitchen, although we didn't spend the money that it would cost to do a brand new kitchen. You can see on the floors the amazing finish that this creates by having a seamless floor. This is really a luxurious feel that it creates because everything feels like it was done at the same time. And that is something that we strive to accomplish during these renovations. You can also see how the floor flows into the bedrooms and into a very spacious bedroom because of the high ceilings that we have here. And that is something which we really capitalized on, and I think it creates value in the buyer's eyes. You can also see the colors on the wardrobe cabinets that we've used and repurposed, and it makes it feel brand new with brand new modern handles that just gives it a fresh look and feel. On the bathrooms, I've taken you through the whole process of precisely what we did with the mix cement product, applying it on all the walls as well as the floors, being able to repurpose the surface that we had. We had tiled wall surfaces, and it really decreases the amount of time that you need to renovate a property. That is also only applicable when the tiles are in good condition and really applied well to the wall, but that is precisely what we have here, and I'm really happy with how it came out. And also the Concrete Corporation vanities that we installed in all the bathrooms with an accompanying mirror, and that really finishes off the whole look and feel of the cement type of look, and it is an outstanding product that we have here at the end. A bit of concern with this main bedroom because of its layout and the fact that it's a bit more narrow and long, and as you can see with the furniture layout in this bedroom, it really works well, and that is a big part to the success of staging a property. Staging it well, making sure that the client can envision how he would live and how he would use this area, and that really turned out well, as well as the main ensuite. We are trying to create a space that people can envision themselves living in and see how they would get up in the morning, take a shower, use the walk-in closetry that we have put in here, and the feedback that we've had is everyone is really excited about the way that we did this. On the outside of the property, we've showed you a lot of what we were planning, but I don't know if you exactly saw what happened. So we built this small braai area here, included a tile that matches the inside, painted it to match the house, and that is just small touches that really feels like we have thought of everything, and that is what you want to try and create. We have finished this property in a little bit more time than we planned, but we did stick to our budget quite well, and that is the payoff which you really must do. You must decide, okay, I'm gonna try stick to my budget, spend a little bit more time, or either you're gonna say, I'm gonna stick to my time limit and spend a little bit more money. Depends on which one you have more of. So that is basically this project, and we are really happy with how it came out. We are also getting occupation of a new property today. Well, we're actually getting the keys of that property. We'll start renovating in a couple of weeks' time. You need to subscribe to be able to follow us again on that same project, and we'll be doing the exact same thing, showing you the ins and outs, showing you the tips and tricks, and I hope you enjoy it.